Hey guys, this is Alisha Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing an end of the year review. I've already put out my goals for 2021 in life, writing, editing, publishing, reading, and I do this every year. So let's look at how I actually did with my goals in 2020. Honestly, I'm going to be a little loose about this because I'm sure everyone understands 2020 didn't go as anyone planned 2020 to go. Since my year didn't go as planned either, I am going to be kind of loose with my evaluations of how well I did, but I'm going to be very honest about what goals I did and did not complete. So I don't know if you can hear that, but my coffee's almost done. So let's go get coffee and talk about goals. Okay, got my coffee now. My 2020 actual goals, and I'll try to put some B-roll film up here for you. Sorry, my jacket is so loud but cold, so there you go. Some actual goals, not considering projects, but was to write 152,500 words in various projects. Those projects include my second Lily Graves project, my Loving Them Both final in a trilogy, which is a part of a bigger series, which is my Broken World series, my Blood Phoenix Free Vampire thing that I've got going on with my 7-foot tall leprechaun, which I totally can't wait to finish next year. And 7 short stories. 4 of them Autumn stories, and 3 of them Broken World stories. I also meant to edit on time an anthology, Lily Graves 2, that project, and those 7 short stories I was meant to edit. I also wanted to market one of my major goals with consistent content, and that is across YouTube, my blog, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my email. I also wanted to run a successful Kickstarter. I wanted to get on BookBub. I wanted to participate in author email swaps, which is essentially newsletters and you talk about each other's books at different times to promote for new releases or sales. I had to think about what that word was. And I wanted to try some A/B ad testing. I also wanted to build a Broken World companion. I've had a lot of friends and readers talk about how complex my world is and how many characters there are, so there would be a great idea for a companion to explain my characters, their backgrounds, the world, some timelines and things like that, and how everybody's really connected to each other, because everybody's really connected to each other. Very Stephen King-esque amongst his books. I also wanted to build a family cookbook and clients for my freelance editing. I wanted to build tutoring clients and a $40,000 a year income from whatever. I don't really care where it's from, just would like to make $40,000 a year. And then I want to reach bestseller status, any kind of bestseller status, Kickstarter success, financial freedom, hence the 40K, and reach 175 pounds. I wanted to learn 12 new recipes, web coding, my camera settings, because I don't use my camera to record this, I use my iPhone. And I have a beautiful, beautiful camera that's kind of heavy. I need a new tripod for it, more portable one. I wanted to learn how to participate in Insta stories, which I did 1, I think, 2. I've done 2 last year. I wanted to learn how to use a saw, which was part of my cleaning my house project. I wanted to create on-time book boxes, a new desk, and a filming space. And then fitness, I wanted to do 1 pull-up. I wanted, to run 5 to 10K, do a handstand, and increase my flexibility. And my last one was make a habit, or habits. So make a habit of writing every day, of increasing my water intake, increasing my cardio, eating cleaner, working my abs every day, or almost every day, and reading regularly. And then finally, my last overall general goal was to fix my house. There's a lot of little goals that go into that. I really don't need to get into details with that with you. I just needed to fix my house. So those were my actual goals for 2020. A lot of specific, and I can tell you right now I didn't complete half of them. Most of them, probably. But first, let's talk about what I did actually accomplish instead of dwelling on the things that I didn't, because why? I moved what I needed to forward, you know. So 2020's actual accomplishments. I feel fancy saying accomplishments. So I wrote You ready for this? I'll put the numbers up here. 246,215 words in 2020. Fiction words, by the way. That does not count any of the other words that I wrote during the year, just my fiction words. So I didn't talk about how many words I wrote in blogs, how many emails that I wrote, how many marketing things that I wrote. None of it. So I'm going to track those next year because I think that's rather important to see how many actual words that I write and I loved. So I'm going to be doing something similar to Kate Kavanaugh's Mill Wordy. My goal's not 1,000,000 words. I just want to know how many words that I actually write in a year. So it's more of a tracking project than it is a goal project. But anyways, I definitely hit my word count. I hit 100,000 more words than I planned to in 2020. So I consider that a big damn success. Just saying. They weren't, however, in the projects that I had planned. If you've been here at all, or you don't know, I'm writing Wombing the Alpha. I am almost done with my project. It is a 14-story series, and it's almost done, and I wrote most of it since March of 2020. So that is impressive to me. I did write a little bit in Lily Graves too. I'm about halfway done with that, so I do plan on finishing that in 2021. It should be a good time. I edited and published on time, so check. I made the book boxes. Check. Those things don't really have a medium ground. I did them. I didn't do them on time. Haha. They weren't as scheduled, but they did get out by the end of September instead of, when would I plan for it? June or July? Not too bad in means of pushing it back. So I did create consistent content on YouTube, or mostly consistent content on YouTube, at least once a week, except for when my cat died. I missed a week when my cat died. It was pretty traumatic though, so to be fair. I did get better content on Instagram, although still not quite as consistent as I'd like. That's still a goal for 2021. And I did okay on my content on WordPress, Facebook, and emails. I did get more consistent, just not as consistent as I would like. I did start taking notes in my Broken World Companion notebook. I have it over here somewhere. I think that's this one. I have a lot of bullet journals, guys. I've been doing character dumps and stuff like that. Creatures and who the cores are, and here are the categories that I'm going to talk about in my companion. I did start taking notes on that. Let me put it back where it belongs. It's not much, but it's something. I have also collected all of the recipes for my family cookbook. I did that not in 2020, but the year before. And I have more ideas for how I'm going to build it, and more skill now that I've built a cookbook on how I want to put mine together. It's going to be a long process. I'm going to be working on it in 2021. Pictures are going to be the biggest obstacle for this project, but I am going to build my damn cookbook in 2021. I reached a successful Kickstarter campaign. We did end up fully funding it, overfunding it by a couple $100, and although I did not calculate the shipping correctly for international, it was so nice to have a successful Kickstarter. It's our second one in a row, so we are apparently learning some things, and that's exciting. I also created and mailed 26 book boxes. That is exciting. It's more than last time. The books are gorgeous, by the way. If you haven't seen them, that was a lot of fun. A lot of stress, if I'm being honest. But something that I've always wanted to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I have plans to create a actual, book box collection for my series when it's done. I'm so excited about that too. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's not get too far into goals and talk about what I did instead of what I'm going to do, right? Yeah. I did learn 12 new recipes. One of them is this amazing chocolate cake that I keep talking about. And if you haven't made the chocolate cake, you should make the chocolate cake. If you don't bake, ask somebody you know who bakes to make that damn chocolate cake for you, because holy shit, it's a good cake. Okay, fudgy. It is fudgy. Okay, I'll link it below so you guys can have it. Again, try it. Please let me know how you like it, because okay. And honestly, I make this thing bi-weekly. Bi-weekly. I was making it weekly there for a little while. I made it twice one week. And that's how good this cake is. It's become my go-to sweet thing to make. I also unearthed a plane filming space, which is actually behind me. It's not where I'm actually sitting right now because I kind of buried it too. I have two normal filming spaces, one at my desk and one in my bedroom in front of the window where the lighting is nice, and it's only 7 in the morning, so I have no lighting here, just my lighting. But I do have new lamps that my husband got me for my desk, which helps with filming as well and having higher quality video, so yay for that. And I built a new organization for my desk. My husband got me 3 organizers. I'll show you a picture real quick. So my desk is actually perpetually clean now, because before the mess was just piles of papers that I couldn't stack anywhere. Like, they stacked on top of each other and they got all flubble together, and yes. So you can probably, I don't know if you can hear my cat, but it'll be funny if you can. She's crying. They're in heat again. It's like a monthly thing. It drives us nuts. Yeah. I can actually hang for a full minute on our pull-up bar, which is impressive considering how heavy I am. But I am building up strength. I can do some reverse pull-ups. I cannot do an actual full pull-up yet though, so I'm going to keep working on that. And I've made advances in including greens every day in my diet, aka I eat a salad every day. I make the dressing for it. Again, I will link that below because cherry balsamic dressing is one of my favorite new recipes. But I've also eliminated the fattiest part of my salad that I like, which is the onions, because I usually cook them in butter, and they're just a butter delivery system, as my husband says. So that has improved quite a bit. I'm also moving around more and drinking more water, which is also helping. Butter is still my greatest weakness, however, because I love butter. I also succeeded in my writing habits. I wrote damn near every day, and if I didn't, I made up the words most of the time, except for December. December, I started a new job, so yeah, I have to adjust for that. I increased my cardio habits. I also succeeded in my reading habits. I read over 100 books this year. I think it was 101 or 102 books this year, and my goal was 12, one a month, because last year I didn't read shit. And so I'm pretty excited about my renewed love for reading and audiobooks, my new love for audiobooks. I tried audiobooks so long ago, like 20 years ago, and it made me fall asleep. So now, yeah, audiobooks are my friend. And of course I got myself a better paying job than I had last year, with some really fun, interesting people. And it's stressful, but it is nice to have a paycheck again after not having one since May. And a much better paycheck than I was getting before. Much better, which is sad because I was a college professor and they paid me peanuts. And I work at a coffee shop and they pay me nearly twice as much. Gotta put up with a little bit more though, to be honest. All in all, I think I had a pretty successful 2020. I'm gonna give myself a thumbs up because that's not a bad list of accomplishments for 2020. I do feel like I accomplished the intent of most of my goals, regardless of the projects that I worked on, which I'm referring to my writing and editing stuff, because that is most of my goals in general for a year. I'm one of those people who likes to put really, really lofty goals on my plate and see how far I can get, and I'm not too beaten up by the fact that I don't accomplish them all. I feel like if I did accomplish them all, I didn't push myself hard enough. So I like to put big goals on me, and that just works for my personality. That doesn't work for everybody, so don't feel like you have to do that. Some people, I know Sarah from Heart Breathings talks about that guilt from putting too much on the plate and how you kind of become a planning spiral because you're trying to push to that and how to reschedule and just bombard yourself with goals, and it doesn't do that to me. So I prefer to push myself and think have fun realistically with stretch goals, we'll call it that because Kickstarter. But I like my stretch goals because sometimes I reach them, and I wouldn't reach them if I didn't have them. So there we go. That's why my goals are pretty big, although probably not so big to other people. Well, you know, it's all perspective. Anyways, I could babble about that for like minutes, so we're not going to do that today. All right. Summary: I did well. I feel good about my goals. I did a lot of writing. I made some stuff that I really, really enjoyed. I completed some projects I really wanted to, and I did others. And I feel okay about that. I feel actually pretty darn good about what I did in 2020. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised by my word count goal because it's definitely 100,000 more words, and definitely 100,000 more words than I wrote last year. So I damn near doubled my word count from last year. I don't think that's going to happen again this year because last year I didn't work for 6 months. So that's where most of my words came from, you know. Anyways, I'd love to know how you did in 2020, how you feel about your goals. What are your plans for 2021? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.